What's up, my comic comrades? We hope you've all had a great holiday weekend. Today we continue our journey toward the conclusion of the DC vs. Vampires 12-issue limited series with issues 10 and 11. The series has been excellent, and the two issues we're highlighting today keep the train rolling nicely. For those of you who haven't been reading the story or watching our videos on it, essentially the DC universe has been taken over by vampires, with more than half of the DC universe being turned into bloodsuckers and now being led by the new vampire king, Nightwing. For even greater details on the story to date, check out all of our previous videos on this series right here before watching this one. Otherwise, let's dive in and see what goes down in issues 10 and 11. Issue 10 starts off with Batgirl, Black Canary, Harley Quinn, Frankenstein, and Damian Wayne on a boat getting ready to infiltrate Gotham. As at the very end of the last issue, Damian said he could get these new birds of prey into Gotham. During their approach, they see heavy hitters like Firestorm and Black Adam guarding the skies of Gotham, with Dinah getting worried that Damian's plan isn't going to work, but Batgirl says, "Easy, Dinah. He knows if this doesn't work, they'll kill him too." Batgirl then says, "Heads up, I think Black Adam just noticed us." "Yep, he sees us. If you're gonna do something, now would be a good time." But Damian responds, "Not yet." Harley then threatens him with a spike to his heart, saying, "Do it, dead boy." He then says, "Fine. You out there, Kate?" referring to Batwoman, as she says, "I'm here," and signals the secret weapon, which we see is Starfire. Starfire knocks Black Adam off his beeline towards Robin and crew, causing Adam to catch fire and fall into the water. After which Harley asks, "What the hell was that?" Robin replies, "A little dead boy saving your life. But more specifically, I borrowed some of Constantine's people in order to get her. Thought she would come in handy, and I knew it would infuriate Dick, as Dick has a past with Starfire." And infuriate Dick it does, as he sees Starfire continue to fight other members of his vampire army like Firestorm, with Nightwing telling Grodd, "Send everyone, I want her back." After this, we see Damian's plan works, as they're able to sneak into Gotham with him getting off the boat saying, "Welcome to Gotham. Let's go kill the king." We are then taken back to Smallville, where the vampires have a human farm they use for feeding. In the last issue, Green Arrow was captured by Hawkman, the vampire running this farm. We find out from their conversation that Oliver let Hawkman catch him instead of saving the people right away, because he came to offer Hawkman a chance to turn his back on the vampires and free the innocent people with Oliver. He says, "Save whatever of Carter Hall is left in there, or I will kill you." But of course, Hawkman refuses, at which point he breaks Oliver's arrow and leaves him there as a prisoner with the rest of the humans. We then go back to the Gotham sewers, where Robin and gang are greeted by a vampire punchline. Batgirl asks Damian, "Is she with you?" He tells her, "Nope." At which point Harley says, "Figures trash like you would team up with King Dick." Punchline replies, "I don't work for Nightwing. In fact, quite the opposite. I run the black market here in Gotham. Just like you and Selina used to do." Poor Selina. I miss her. Harley says, "You took my old gig? God, you are the worst. Have you ever had an original thought in that ugly head of yours?" Punchline. Batgirl tells Harley to be cool, at which point Black Canary says, "You'll have to excuse Harley. She's Harley. So if you don't work for Nightwing, does that mean you'll help us?" As two of Punchline's henchmen come up behind her, she answers, "I didn't say that." We are then taken to Tamala, the western coast of Australia, where we see Steel carrying Supergirl coming ashore. He then puts her down and starts giving her CPR, which works as she starts spitting up water. But we soon find out it's not real water, it's actually Jaina, one of the Wonder Twins. Supergirl then asks, "Were you inside me?" She replies, "Yes, I took the form of water and filled up your lungs when you went under. That way I could transfer a little oxygen I had to you and block any of the seawater from drowning you." Supergirl says, "Gross." Jaina says, "You're welcome." Back in Gotham, we see Punchline has imprisoned the birds of prey, telling Batgirl, "You're here to kill your beloved Nightwing, yes? I won't stand in your way if you kill someone for me first." Batgirl says, "Another deadbiter? Fine." Punchline replies, "Oh, he's not a vampire. He's one of yours." Batgirl refuses, but Punchline leaves saying, "I'll give you a few hours to think about it." Batgirl replies, "No need. I won't do it," with Punchline saying, "Very well. Maybe one of your precious Suicide Squad will," with Batgirl saying, "Damn it, Damian." We then go back to Smallville, where Oliver is chatting with Cole, aka Grifter. Cole says, "Have a plan, man?" essentially making fun of him for not just rescuing everybody when he had the chance. Oliver grabs a charm on his necklace and dumps whatever's in it on the floor. He then unzips his pants and starts peeing, telling Cole, "Help me out here." Cole is like, "I'm out." But Oliver tells him, "I'm offended, but really, I just need the moisture, big man." Cole says, "You know, you're real weird, dude." Oliver replies, "So they tell me. You gonna help or not?" They then start peeing on whatever Oliver put on the floor, as we realize Oliver was having them pee on seeds of Swamp Thing, and they were using the moisture from the pee to make him grow. Cole asks, "How do you plan on saving us?" He replies, "With his help." Sorry about that, by the way. Swamp Thing then appears behind them saying, "We will not speak of it again," as they just gave him a golden shower to resurrect him. Then back in Gotham, we see Harley has stripped naked to use her clothes on a self-made mannequin to trick the guards. At which point she smashes the vampire's head in, saying, "When you wake up, you'll barely remember the naked lady who knocked you out. Or if you do, it won't be in a creepy way." At this point, we see Punchline, Batgirl, and Black Canary arrive, with Batgirl asking, "Harley, what are you doing? And why are you naked?" She says, "I gave them out my clothes. You're all out here? Was I the only one that got locked up?" Black Canary responds, "Punchline let us all out. She sent the guard to get you too." Harley says, "Oh. Whoops. Damian then walks in saying she found someone who understood how important our mission is. Looking good, Harley. As we learn, Damian killed the person Punchline wanted Batgirl to kill. And we find out it's Harvey Dent as Damian gives Punchline Harvey's head, saying, Dent's head. We're square, Punchline, now stay out of our way. Let's go. We are then brought back to Tamala, Australia, where we see Supergirl, Steel, and Jaina found an alien rocket. Then in Gotham, with Batgirl and gang now free, we see Batgirl find a bat signal and light it in the sky as we see all around the city the Bat family and several villains look at the light with signal saying, about damn time. Canary asks, is this what you've been working on getting made and smuggled in here all these months, Barb? I doubt they think he's going to show up. Barbara responds, it's symbolic. At this point, signals start getting lit up all over Gotham, which are UV lights. Damian says, you had these made and hidden all over the city? I'm impressed. She replies, did you really think you were the only one preparing for the fight, Damian? He took my family. I'm going to take everything he has. At this point, the Bat family starts fighting with their UV bat signals all around Gotham. But Batgirl says, Dick always knew I'd come. He's been visiting in my dreams, trying to lure me here. He's expecting me, but now he knows I'm not coming alone, as they light his vampire castle. Now that closes out issue 10, and before we open up issue 11, there's a dope con coming up that you guys need to check out. Calling all our fellow anime and manga fans, the Anime Frontier Convention is rolling up right here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas on December 2nd through 4th. Powered by Crunchyroll, Anime Frontier will be bringing the best of anime and Japanese culture to the Fort Worth Convention Center with 3 days of exciting exhibits, premieres, and special events. The event will also feature rare appearances from some of the biggest names in anime and manga. This year, they have the English dubbing cast of Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen appearing all 3 days, as well as Johnny Young Bosch, who plays Ichigo in Bleach, Zach Aguilar from Demon Slayer, Max Middleman, who voices Saitama in One Punch Man, and many more. Japanese rock band Flow, who gave us the theme songs for Naruto and Eureka 7, will also be opening Anime Frontier with a kickoff concert on Friday. And of course, the event will feature great cosplay meetups and a big cosplay masquerade competition. You can grab your badges at animefrontier.com. And just for the Variant Nation, enter code VARIANT at checkout and get 10% off any badge type. They're expecting 20,000 attendees this year, and you should definitely be one of them. Again, that's animefrontier.com and use code VARIANT to get 10% off. Big thanks to Anime Frontier for sponsoring this video. Okay, issue 11 opens up at an undisclosed location where we see Constantine drinking himself senseless as Alfred is trying to get him to stop. Alfred even says, please remind me the next time the world is on the verge of ending to not call upon you. Constantine says, Alfie, my dear boy, it's not the verge, it's already over. Alfred replies, don't you still have people out there working for you? Teams are risking their lives for missions you sent them on. Constantine tells him, probably, but they're all dead. Everyone's dead. Some lucky bastards just don't know it yet. Alfred says, well, you certainly will be when Master Damian's mother finds out you let him go back to Gotham. Constantine then sits up screaming, he's where? Back in Gotham, we see Damian, Harley, Batgirl, Black Canary, and Frankenstein fighting the vampire hordes. Damian's even fighting a vampire condiment king, which is awesome. Then back in Australia, we see Steel, Supergirl, and Jaina hitch a ride on that alien rocket. Supergirl then tells Steel and Jaina to put on robes to help disguise themselves after Supergirl punches and knocks out several of the people aboard the ship. They're all like, did your powers come back? Supergirl's like, no, but I still know how to throw a punch. I'm just not used to it hurting when I do. Jaina then says, these aren't vampires. Supergirl tells her the vampires have aliens doing their dirty work. They won't risk an interplanetary incident. Jaina tells her, I don't get it. Why are they being so careful with all the aliens while they slaughter people? Supergirl tells her Nightwing wanted to get rid of anyone that the vampires can't turn or feed off. But Martian Manhunter warned him that executing hundreds of aliens would cause a galactic crisis. So he made deals to ship them back to their home world. In exchange, all these planets will stay clear of Earth. Jaina says, that's incredibly messed up and brilliant and messed up. Steel says, I get it. I don't trust aliens either. Both of them look at him saying, you know that we're both aliens, right? He says, yeah, but come on, you're great. At this point, they run into none other than Lobo, who has been paid to guard the ship, meaning he's not happy that Steel and gang are there. But as Lobo starts to tear them apart, Supergirl says, maybe we can make a deal. Then back in Smallville, we see Swamp Thing produce wooden spears for Oliver and Cole to use as weapons. Oliver even makes a bow and arrow out of some of the wood. Cole says, damn, all that came from the big guy's body? Oliver says, if we need more, someone else is just gonna have to pee on him. But Swamp Thing says, this joke displeases me greatly, but I gotta say, it's a great joke. Back in Gotham, Damian, Harley, Black Canary, and so on continue to fight the vampires, but the cavalry arrives in the form of Cassandra Cain, Spoiler, Arsenal, and Signal. They then tell everyone to jump on their bikes to get out of there. Back in space, we see Lobo seemingly help out Supergirl and gang, but of course, that doesn't last long as he turns on them almost immediately, causing Martian Manhunter and Miss Martian to attack Steel and gang. Meanwhile, in Gotham, our heroes are on motorcycles trying to outrun the vampires, with Frankenstein and Cassandra Cain getting knocked off by a vampire gorilla Grodd. Harley Quinn then says, Frankie is down, but Signal responds, they can handle themselves. We have to keep going. They all eventually get where Batgirl wanted to go, but once they get behind the barricade that was set for them, they are greeted by Mr. Freeze, KG Beast, and more. Then back to Steel and Jaina, we see that the vampire Martian Manhunter has made quick work of them, but he realizes that Supergirl isn't there, and instead, she's a water construct created by Jaina saying, you're not the only one who's become more powerful, Jean. I've been working on some new skills of my own. Manhunter says, we've been tricked. What I sensed was not them. She's on that ship. As we see Supergirl's on a ship that that's hopefully going to bring her close to the sun to regain her powers. Martian Manhunter then yells at his vampire soldiers saying, "Bring it down, she can't be allowed to get above the clouds." Then on the final page, we are left with a cliffhanger as we see the ship explode. This was an awesome lead-in to the finale issue next month, and we'll be right back here after the new year to see how it all wraps up. Overall, this has been an incredible series, and we've obviously been loving it. But what are your thoughts on the book? Let us know down in the comments. And that's going to bring today's episode to a close, but if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like all of our content, like, subscribe, and comment, you know the deal. But other than that, I'll see you next time when I talk about all things comics.